It's been a while. I look different. Cut off my hair, colored it, getting it recolored again and growing it out. They always say when a black woman changes her hair, you know that there are many, many, many changes that are happening, or it's a season of transition. And that has been true for me since last year. Last year, 2025, made 9 years that I have been an entrepreneur, that I've owned a businesses, that I have been able to provide for myself and hire a couple of folks. So last year, it was a significant year because of all of those things. But also was starting to get the feeling that it was time for something else. And not something else like I was done with being an entrepreneur, being a business owner. Actually, that there's a season of expansion awaiting me. And that really made itself evident after I completed my Goldman Sachs program. But before that, there were some things I had to take care of. And so the second half of last year, many of you know that I live with mental illness, and so was navigating some changes with my mental health and working with both my psychiatrist and my therapist as I shifted medications, adding some, recognizing that the age and stage I am, 44, will be 45 in July, that, perimenopause is a bitch and has been making herself known the last 4 or 5 years for me. And so spent the second half of last year really getting myself together. I say getting myself together, I feel like that's a lifelong thing, right? But spent the second half of last year really prioritizing my mental health and what this season or that season in this next chapter was inviting me to. So one of the things that became clear was that I needed some consistency and some stability in ways that entrepreneurship does not provide. Even though I had been able to have a team, and was doing some good work, I felt like my nervous system was shot. I don't know if there are any other entrepreneurs that would understand this, or I feel like y'all would, of like, when you're an entrepreneur, you're in a constant state of hypervigilance, right? Like, as a small business owner, and I say small business, is a business that's under $1 million, and I would probably say even businesses above $1 million, right? There is this constant, right, need, because you're having to not only create the systems, which is the first part of the work, but then manage the systems, sustain the systems, shift the systems, expand the systems, and continually be thinking about income and revenue. And when I am well, when I am healthy, that's actually fun for me. That's like, I enjoy it. I enjoy the thrill of it. But in this season of my life, it was too much. It was too much. So after some deep prayer and discernment, conversations with my people, decided that I wanted to put some things on pause and pay attention to what my body was telling me, but also that I wanted to find work that was meaningful, that paid me what I'm worth at this point in my life, and that also was aligned with my values, and that could provide this type of stability that I need, along with the things that come generally with a job, right? Benefits and insurance, and also community, things that aren't necessarily always a part of entrepreneurship, especially when you're the boss. So I had put things out in the universe, and lo and behold, she responded. So on January 19th, I started a new role as the chief of staff for a national nonprofit that is in the tech justice space, and I'll share more about that later. And so the beginning of 2026 started with me onboarding and getting to know my incredible team, learning so much about the tech industry, but specifically the ways in which the proliferation of tech and what are being called the tech oligarchs have aligned themselves with systems and institutions that are supporting the rise of authoritarianism, of consolidation of power, of fascism, and a world where people no longer have agency and choice over their lives as it relates to technology. So that's the work that I get to do now with an incredible team. I get to manage, I get to support, I get to coach, I get to strategically think and plan, and I get paid every other week. So I felt in the first half of this year, my body come down. Secondly, that also meant that I had insurance for the first time in a decade. And while I had been keeping up with kind of preventative stuff over the last 10 years, there were some things that I needed to take care of. And so in consultation with my medical team that started in February, I will be having a total abdominal hysterectomy on June 2nd, so a week from tomorrow. And this has been over a decade coming. And I have lots of stories and lots of things that I'll be sharing about and writing about on the other side. But I am excited, ecstatic, ready for the procedure itself and for what life will be like on the other side, because there have been a lot of things that have profoundly shifted my quality of life over the last 5 years, I would say. And I'm clear about why that is now. I have answers that I didn't have before, but it is time. And so I'll be taking a leave of about 2 months as I attend to my body. My job is supportive. I am so grateful. And yeah, I'm really grateful for this moment and the opportunity and the privilege that I have to be able to take care of myself, because unfortunately in 2026 in these United States, it is a privilege. And that's not lost on me. So I'll be sharing a couple more things before I go offline, but I just wanted to give a little bit of an update, because I know that I've been a little quieter. Yeah. And I want to thank all of the people the world over who have been a part of my life and a part of this journey, who have been supporters and clients and prayer warriors and friends and folks who have accompanied me throughout all of this. Because as my therapist said this last week in therapy, well, if what we have seen or experienced is Rosella navigating life with chronic pain and overwhelm and all the emotional things, imagine what she's gonna be like on the other side. So I'm excited and I'm ready. And I covet your prayers, I covet your well wishes, and I covet all of the ways that you have provided support and shown up for me. And I ask for your continued prayers, because I'm entering into a season where I will be the one being cared for, which anyone who knows me knows I am the caregiver. I am the eldest daughter. I am the project manager. And I just keep being told to sit my ass down. So we'll see how this all goes. But I love you, and I love you big.